Hey guys, welcome to Salt's channel. Today I will tell you about some pretty cool games I love the most. This would be the top 3 games you could play right now while there is not a lot of interesting releases. At the end of the video I will also tell you about the Arcane Studios and why this is my most loved developers and why I think they are doing the most insane games right now. Let's start with the top 3. So the game on the third place is Deathloop. It is a release of 2021 and it was exclusive for PlayStation for 1 year, but then they moved also to Xbox and they tried the game in Game Pass. You're playing as Colt and trying to get out of a death loop. So you're stuck in a time loop. You would have 4 levels and 4 kinda time zones. You could play at the morning, day, evening and at night. So you have these 4 locations that are very interesting, and while you're evolving through the game, you would see a lot of new things coming to these locations, and you need to solve kind of a puzzle how you could kill all the bosses on different locations in one day. I really like this idea of nonlinear gaming, cause it's pretty interesting to me. I could make my own choices where I want to go and why. In my opinion, this is much more interesting when you could choose do you want to go to one location or another, so you do not have any linearity at all. You still have one goal, and actually for all of the players, the first 10% of the game and the last 10% of the game would be pretty similar, but this 80% in the middle would be different for everyone, and this is a game changer in the new world of games. If you like FPS shooters and a bit of a mystery and puzzle solving, the Deathloop would be really great for you. So I would definitely encourage you to try this one. It should be also on sale, so you could play while we don't have anything interesting right now. Let's move on to the second place. This game was groundbreaking for me, because I am not a fan of platformers at all. I never played them because, the graphics isn't cool. The gameplay is kind of like, you play 2D game in 2023. It's kind of weird. Everything is 3D. We have all this ray tracing and all the other bells and whistles everywhere. But this game have an interesting story. All the characters, all the animations, all the surrounding, everything was made by hand. And by saying this, everything is hand drawn. So they were drawing everything by hand on a paper, then scan it and transfer it into the game. That is why all the animations look like in an old movie. I really want to spread the word about this game. The creators put so much effort into it. The game is also interesting because it has its own story, the characters, everything kind of stick together. The music is very well done as well, and the funny part, this is a try-hard game. You would die a lot. If you really like challenges, you're a slightly nostalgic person, you love all Disney movies, this game would be very interesting to you. And you might find it very hard at the beginning, but then when you stick to it, you find some tactics and it actually becomes really cool. From the other side, when you're trying a lot to do something and then you accomplish it, you feel much like a lot of relief. So this is also a fun part of the game. Now I want to tell you about the most interesting storytelling game I played in my life. In this game you're an astronaut kinda, stuck in a space with some monster creatures. So it's kinda classic, apocalypse style horror, maybe kinda similar to Dead Space a little bit, or Mass Effect. But the Prey gives you absolutely great storytelling with very interesting story. You would fall in love into the characters, into everything that's going on, and you would understand how interesting the storytelling might be through this game, because it will have a lot of ups and downs. You could find a lot of things about people relationship, and it's not usually good or not usually bad. If you would deep dive on Prey storytelling and understand what the game authors want to bring to you, you would understand we have absolutely new way to tell a story in games that could be so much intense in terms of engagement that you would be really blown away with the style how the studio through their work communicates to you as a gamer. So in my opinion, this is like the masterpiece of storytelling in terms of modern games. We're coming close to the video. I want to tell you about the Arcane Studios. This studio give us beautiful titles like Dishonored, Prey, Deathloop, and many more. I want to encourage you to play these games and understand how interesting it could be to go and play into non-linear games. This is the future of gaming, and Arcane Studios have a bold statement that they would change the gaming industry with their non-linear games. Why I'm telling you at the end of the video about Arcane games? This is because I really encourage people that watched it till the end of the video. And before I would tell you about the last title, that is kind of like bonus title, and the new game that would come very soon, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. The last title I want to tell you is Redfall. This is a new game by Arcane Studios that's coming in a week or two from now, and I really encourage you to play this game and try something new for yourself if you never played games from Arcane. The game would be about vampire hunters and vampires, and you would see how deep they are into the gameplay. How interesting it could be for a player to play a game that has an idea of like kind of 15 years old game like Left 4 Dead. So let's see how it goes, and bye!